Hey, I see you. Welcome to Market Monday. Let's go over everything on the way this week with the NFL Draft. We got some talks around that and how to prep for it. We'll give some previews, look at last year. Let's take a look at the market and how it's going to respond to today's schedule, right? We got the AKA Cruise weekly wild cards. We'll talk about that in a second. The NFL Draft Night Live. We'll be live on Twitch.tv/GutFox for the draft. Shout out to that competitive field pass and the ultimate legend. So Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Wednesday, and today, Monday, content this week. There's only one Good Morning Madden, and that is the 24th, aka Wednesday, for the weekly wildcards at 10:30. So, kind of a big week this week, without a doubt. What is happening? Let's go through. You guys know about the AKA Cruise? We talked about it yesterday. Let's talk about the NFL Draft first, and then we'll swing back to weekly wildcard. So, the NFL Draft, this is last year's NFL Draft Part 2. There was an LTD put out, you know, a lot of content drops. They know they like the LTDs. Last year was Rodgers because of the trade to the Jets. This year, what would it be, like Diggs? Diggs? I don't know. But we have Bryce Young, Stroud, Anderson. So, like, the top 5 all seem to be, let's just make this a little bit bigger here. Top 5 all seem to be 99 overalls last year. And then we had 98s all the way up to McDonald and then Forbes through the rest of the draft all the way down to pick number 32 was 97 overall. So that's probably what they'll do again. I mean, there's been some years they've only done like 10 due to either technical difficulties or planned that way. But hopefully they were able to do this if they did it last year. The entire first round done Thursday night. So it should be an exciting night. I always like draft nights. Again, based off the sets last year, we can expect something similar. So I don't necessarily love investing in, say, like 96s for a 99 exchange, because last year was 97 overall NFL draft pass players and 195 overall draft pass players to get 99 overall. And it seems they've changed this. Like when you look back in the past, this set has changed year over year. So while it could be 96s if people want to invest in it, I'm not exactly optimistic. It's generally you put draft cards in for draft cards. So you can kind of look towards like lower end cards to exchange for like 97 overalls. If there is any sort of card, like 295 overall NFL draft pass players and 391 overall draft pass players to expect the respective 97 overall draft pick item. So there is the opportunity right here there was like past players you could get. So like if you want to and you need to invest in something, there is not the bad idea. If this is your want to go with the NFL Draft past cards, for the exchange, let's take a look at what their prices is right now though. For our market looks, because now's not a bad time, I guess, if you are gonna invest in it, if you need to invest in it, if you want to. Wow, I did Super Bowl pass. I'm drunk. Leave me alone. I saw pass and I just went for it. NFL Draft, it doesn't say pass. All right, so 97s are at 146. It feels pricey because a lot of the investments we've made this year have been at about 100K. So investing at 150 for 99 overall, that will, I don't know, if we do this, if we say the exact same as last year, 397s and a 95 to receive a 99 overall, that means the card will be 550K or so, which I guess is kind of reasonable. Now that I think about it a little bit more, I mean, maybe you could give that. Maybe you could invest into it if you want to take the risk. If you think it's going to be the exact same as last year with the 397s and a 95. Okay, all right, sure. I'm kind of thinking to myself, risky, but doable. Doable. Just like Kenny's mom. So there's your options if you want to invest in it at 150 for a 97 overall. Which to be fair, 150 for a 97 is training value too. If you look at the training spreadsheet. So it's not exactly like high risk either. So there's your options if you want to invest in it. They could go up to like 200K. So with that said, let's go to weekly wildcards, because there's not a whole lot else other than doing, like, you know, obviously you want to get your free 99 overall card from your draft, MUT draft game mode. Definitely try that. Next up, weekly wildcards. So we know Joe Burrow's coming, right? They said they delayed him a week. So if you want to invest in weekly wildcards, it's not a bad time if you can find a cheap one of them cards between last week's, previous week's overalls. Patrick Surtain, maybe do find some sets for profit. Robinson at 97 overall. Okay, so if you want to pre-build them and then sell them right away, the issue is I think a lot of people did that last week for that one. But sometimes people buy the new shiny 99 right off the bat for a lot of coins. I don't know why people do that. Like, if you're not a content creator and you're buying a card day one, what are you doing even? Like, right? Because, like, EA makes this unobtainable. EA should make them more attainable. That's frustrating. But that's kind of, like, the way of the road. Ain't it, bubs? So, definitely take a look for Joe Burrow coming Wednesday. Absolutely a spot to go ahead and do some sets and make some profit for that. So, the other big question is there going to be a market crash for the draft? Traditionally, there is a decent one as people move off the high-end cards. If you guys look at, like, the cards last year, right, just like the attributes themselves for, say, like, 99 Bryce Young. So, we're going to get, like, 3 quarterbacks, maybe even 4. So, we're going to get a flood, just like last year. We got 3 in the top 5, 99 overall, and like, maxed out attributes. The issue is, frequently, they don't make the players that strong ability-wise. So somebody that we're going to get, say, today with Mr. Lamar Jackson will probably be better than Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, those kind of guys. But there is that potential, right? There's always a potential that EA just, like, cracks them out, right? And they're just insane. So, there you go. That's your shot. Caleb Williams, bunch of 99s flooding through. Every single position will basically get like a 98. 97s, I don't know how relevant those are to top of the meta squads. Probably not at all, since we're kind of on the 98s, 99s for a lot of teams. But there is going to be a flood of cards, flood of like cheapish cards too, because they're set cards. And those will provide a lot of competition, especially like theme teams are going to want them. So there's going to be a lot of people on Thursday night. A lot of action on the auction house, and it will be a good time. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is, like, overall, like, can I see, like, Brian Dawkins getting destroyed in value Thursday night? No, probably not. Now that he's out of packs, limiteds, they're so frustrating with how crazy expensive they are. But that's kind of how they've made their game, which is really hard to pull the limiteds. And they're pretty good. Right? They're pretty good. Brian Dawkins is at, what is he? 2.6. So by Wednesday night, he might be like 3.5. And I'm not sure the new cards will affect, like, say, him. All right? It won't until they get Redux, right? These Predux cards are just absurd. So that's it for Market Monday. If you're investing in limiteds, good luck. High risk, high reward. Market itself should be kind of fun this week. Draft week is always, like, the high watermark of off-season content for me. It's awesome because after this, it's kind of like off-season. It gets a little, like, stale. We got NCAA to look forward to. That's exciting. But anyways, should be a fun week. I'll see you guys there.